So I woke up today to a nice little surprise. It's Friday. One of the two servers, the official servers I'm using, has come in. The other one is scheduled for Tuesday. It's funny because the first one I ordered is still the one that's going to get here the last of the bunch. In the correct form factor, that is. But this thing came in. I'm going to go through several processes before I get it up and running. Step one is I downloaded this. I wanted to try it out. And this bootable media thing. And I downloaded the, in my case, R710, wherever the heck that is. I downloaded this PowerEdge R710. That was from April 21st. It's a Linux ISO. I burned it to USB via Rufus. It was like 2 gigs or so. And I burned it onto a 16 gigabyte flash drive. Plug it in, boot it up, and let's see, right now we're at 176 out of 105. It just seems to go through every single thing. It has 105 pieces of firmware it tries to install one by one, and if it's not applicable, it errors and goes to the next and the next. And every time it finds one, it checks if it's a newer version. If it is, it installs. It's installing something. The Dell OS Drivers Pack. And some of these things are really outdated. So, like this thing right here, the software, the installed version is 6.2.0.9, so 6.2, let's just say. The package it's installing is 15 point something. That's quite a difference. I have not done this on the first server that I'm using at the moment throughout the little video series I'm recording, because that server's going back anyways. But once this driver process is updated, I'm going to turn the whole thing off. I'm going to put in the, and I guess when I go and grab it, I'll show you guys, the 870 controller so that I can use my these guys, the 4 terabyte hard drives that I've been waiting to use. And I'll be able to use drives over 2 terabytes in that drive. There's only 6 slots. I'm going to be using 4 of them. And I have only 1 extra hard drive that'll likely go into the second server next week. But I may need to buy a few more hard drives because I think there's a complication as far as trying to add more storage and separating that from the actual storage media for like a NAS. Because if I'm booting everything off the same drives and any caching going on the same drives and stuff, it just bottlenecks everything. Like the server setup right now, it's pretty damn slow. I have some cool stuff I want to show you guys later as well, but I'll do it after the intensive process, because once I get that in, I'm going to set up the array, try to set up the array, do a full initialize, see what goes wrong, and assuming that works out, I'm going to start doing I'm going to turn the other server off, put the other server on with the flash drive. I'm going to take the USB that's booting ESXi. I'm going to pull it out. I'm probably going to put it into this computer first, and I may record when I do that. Try to image a copy of it so that I don't have to like reinstall and reconfigure and so on. And then I would assumingly be able to pop this in there, and then I'll have the second flashed copy ready to go for the other server that just plugs in and goes. And how well that works, I don't know yet. We'll see. But we'll give that a shot. And I'll have to test it anyways because I have to put something back into the first server because we gotta ultimately start migrating a whole bunch of stuff. This guy, oops, not this guy. This one, the .7, is gone right now. I unplugged the computer. I even put the 1 terabyte drive I was using in it right here into this extra doodad, and I thought I was going to put it in, access the data store and stuff, but then I realized, wait a minute, that's not going to work probably because the server uses the array. I don't think this is going to just plug in and read it as is, so I may need to plug this back in or otherwise figure something out, and we'll see. But ultimately, there was only like maybe one specific VM I needed a copy of that I wanted to make that was on here that's not on the server itself. That can be boom boom from as is. I'm also a little bit running low on power outlets, so we will figure this out bit by bit. Today's going to be a long day for me, and I'm not going to be recording the whole thing.